Hi, I'm Michelle Smart. I'm an enrolled agent, and I wanted to give you the latest updates on the ERC. So we've been in limbo as to what the deadline is going to be for the final filing of the ERC. And on my previous videos, I talked about how the House of Representatives has passed this bill called the Tax Relief for American Families and Workers Act of 2024. That was passed on January 31st, 2024, and we've been waiting for it to be passed by the Senate. Now, if this bill passes both House and Senate and gets signed into law, then the ERC deadline will be changed to retroactively January 31st, 2024. And that'll be for both years for that ERC was available for both 2020 and 2021. That means the ERC is already over. However, it's run into some snags in the Senate. It was thought it was going to pass, and now they are arguing about it. So the longer it goes on, the more we think this bill is not going to pass, which would mean that the original due dates for the ERC would stay in effect. And those original due dates are for the year 2020, April the 15th, 2024, and for the year 2021, April 15th, 2025. So it's still a bit in limbo. We don't know. Don't have a crystal ball, but it looks to me like the more time that it's passed, that it's not going to pass and our deadlines will stay intact. Now, there are other parts of this taxpayer, the Tax Relief for American Families and Workers Act, and it gives it gives changes to tax rules for the year 2023, which we are 3.5 months into processing already. Since this is the middle of March 2024, it's a little difficult to go back and change depreciation and change the child tax credit information for all the software and everything else that would have to be done. So I think the longer it goes on, the more possibility it is that the ERC deadlines remain the same. Now, the other big question everyone wants to know, where's my refund and what is going on with that? So I spoke with the IRS yesterday, and what they told me is that they are still under the moratorium that was put into place in September of 2023. So let me share with you. This is what we have. It's the moratorium, and it has been updated to say that they are still under the moratorium. What does that mean for you? What that means is that the processing of the ERC, it's going on, but it's very slow. So just hold on. They're going through many different steps, and there's security checks at every step. The main thing is that you want to make sure that your form is there, and they're not being of much assistance. They're not pushing things forward. There are people who have a couple of claims from 2021, and there's just really not much that I can do except check to see it's there. The IRS is not going to take any pushing from me at this point. They are under a lot of scrutiny, and they're going after the people who committed fraud. And I was very surprised how anybody could have committed any fraud, because if the 941 and the payroll taxes for that 941 were not on file, the IRS was not processing the 941X. Many of you know that already if your 941 was late filed. So what they told me, what the agent told me, was that some of the people filed for the ERC on the original 941, which was available when it first came out, and those are the people who committed fraud, and the IRS paid out billions of dollars in fraudulent ERC claims. So based on that, we are all suffering and waiting for these refunds to come around. So just a reminder also, if you get any letters from the IRS 6612, it must be responded to immediately. CP 271, it will state if your ERC is correct, then there's nothing you need to do. So just be aware and be in touch with your tax professional and let them know what you are getting in the mail from the IRS as soon as you possibly can. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm Michelle Smart. I'm an enrolled agent.